interesting facts about famous people.
The Northern, or Northwestern. So you know what a Western is, right? Here's a spin on the genre. We're looking up today, north of the border. Little known or discussed is what impact movie making in the Western genre is going on up there. Let's have a go today, eh? If you take a liking to this video, hit the notification button and get my new videos as they come up. Take a peek at my channel to see all my videos. The link is in the description. Apologies for any mispronunciation of names. Let's celebrate the Western genre. The Northern, or Northwestern, is a genre in the various arts that tell stories set primarily in the late 19th or early 20th century. In the north of North America, primarily in Western Canada and also in Alaska. Similar to the Western genre, many elements are different, as appropriate to the location. It is common for the central character to be a Mountie instead of a cowboy or sheriff. Other common characters include traders and trappers, prospectors, lumberjacks, indigenous people, settlers and townsfolk. Here are some movies made in the North. Alien Thunder, 1974. Based on actual events, this is the tragic story of Saskatchewan fugitive, Almighty Voice, Gordon Tutusis, a Cree Indian who was arrested for stealing government livestock out of desperate hunger. Cast: Donald Sutherland as Sergeant Dan Candy, Gordon Tutusis as Almighty Voice, and Chief Dan George as Sounding Sky. Broken Trail, 2006. Set in 1898. Prince Ritter and his estranged nephew, Tom Hart, become the reluctant guardians of 5 abused and abandoned Chinese girls. Ritter and Hart's attempts to care for the girls are complicated by their responsibility to deliver a herd of horses while avoiding a group of bitter rivals intent on kidnapping the girls for their own purposes. Cast: Robert Duvall as Prentice Ritter, Thomas Hayden Church as Tom Hart, and Greta Scacchi as Nola Johns. The Canadians, 1961. When the Sioux come to Canada, the Canadians permit them to stay in Canada if they come peacefully. However, some cowboys kill all the inhabitants of one of their villages. The cowboys seek to get back their horses. They pretend to search for a girl who once had been robbed by the Indians. Cast: Robert Ryan as Inspector William Gannon, John Dana as Frank Boone, and Torrin Thatcher as Sergeant McGregor. Harry Tracy, Desperado, 1982. By the year 1900, Butch Cassidy, the Sundance Kid, John Weasley Hardin, and virtually all of the West's legendary outlaws are either dead or in jail, pending execution, all of them. That is, except train robber and escape artist extraordinaire, Harry Tracy. As the last survivor of the Wild Bunch, Tracy pulls off a series of profitable robberies before making his way west to Portland, Oregon, in search of Catherine Tuttle, a judge's daughter who has captured his heart. Instead, Tracy is betrayed, arrested, and imprisoned. But no jail can hold him for long. After making his escape, Tracy becomes the target of the largest manhunt in the history of North America. He seeks out Catherine, who joins him in his fight, and their love deepens under the constant threat of capture. With hundreds of posses and National Guardsmen on their heels, Tracy knows that time is running out, and when it does, there will only be 2 options: surrender or die. Cast: Bruce Dern as Harry Tracy, Helen Shaver as Catherine Tuttle, and Michael C. Gwynn as David Merrill. The Grey Fox, 1982. Old West highwayman Bill Miner, known to Pinkertons as the Gentleman Bandit, is released in 1901 after 33 years in prison, a genial and charming old man. He goes to Washington to live and work with his sister's family, but the world has changed while he has been away. He just can't adjust. So he heads to Canada and returns to the only thing familiar to him, robbery, changing up stagecoaches to trains. Cast: Richard Farnsworth as Bill Miner, Jackie Burroughs as Kate Flynn, and Ken Pogue as Jack Budd. The Mountie, or The Way of the West, or The Ranger, 2011. A lone Mountie has come to town to clean up the crime and corruption, after finding an innocent man dead. As he sets up home in town, he discovers endless amounts of illegal activity taking place behind closed doors. Once he uncovers the men behind the crimes, he prepares to take them down, one by one, in the most vicious showdown this town has ever seen. Cast: Andrew W. Walker as Wade Grayling, Jessica Paré as Amethyst, and Earl Pascoe as Olaf.
I know when I've done wrong.
Canadian Pacific, 1949. A historical western film, starring Randolph Scott and Jane Wyatt. Filmed on location in the Canadian Rockies, in Banff National Park, Morley Indian Reserve in Alberta, and Yoho National Park in British Columbia. A story about the building of the Canadian Pacific Railway.
Tom, the Indians are coming right now.
Indians? What'd they tell you?
They've got rifles. There are hundreds of them. Dirk Rourke got them crazy. You've got to get away.
Northwest Mounted Police, 1940. An epic western film starring Gary Cooper and Madeleine Carroll. Based on the 1938 novel, The Royal Canadian Mounted Police. The film is about a Texas Ranger who joins forces with the Northwest Mounted Police to put down a rebellion in the Northwest Prairies of Canada. Texas Ranger Dusty Rivers is sent to Canada in pursuit of outlaw Jacques Courbet. Arriving in the midst of the 1985 Real Rebellion, Dusty meets nurse April Logan and falls for her, igniting rivalry with another suitor, Canadian Mountie Sergeant Jim Brett. Tom Andrews is a surveyor involved in the building of the Canadian Railroad, stalled by the Rocky Mountains. Lonesome Dove Church, 2014. The true story of the formation of the Lonesome Dove Church in Texas. Cast: Tom Berenger as John Shepard, Grayson Holt as Isaac Shepard, and Alex Zahara as Butch Henley. If you like this video, make sure you hit the notification button so you will see my new videos as they come up. You can take a look at my channel to see all my other videos. The link is in the description. Take a look at my Facebook page as well. I appreciate likes, shares and subscribers. Bye for now. See you again soon.
Please take time to take a look at my Facebook page for new information.